Have you ever wondered if maybe you or your advisor should be using financial planning software? Watch this video as we take a deep dive into what type of value it may or may not be able to bring to your financial plan. Enjoy. Welcome everyone. Thanks for stopping by to the Financial Beat YouTube channel. As always, I'm the host of the channel, Logan Sadler. And on today's video, as you guys don't know by now, we are here to provide you with some value and some tips and maybe some tricks on some retirement planning topics, right? So I actually had a current client of ours talk to us about financial planning softwares and different planning formats and stuff like that that's out there. And they had said, Logan, listen, is this really valuable? And does someone really need this to create a well-versed financial plan, let's call it, right? And that brought up a really great question because we use a lot of financial planning software here. I've seen other clients come in with their financial plans that might have been done through softwares and things like that. And to be honest with you, right, I think we could all agree technology is at a really cool spot where you can do a lot with a little bit of information sometimes, and also do some pretty interesting things and some pretty valuable things in a lot of cases to a financial plan or almost anything nowadays, right? But to answer that question more directly, I was like, you know what, this would be a great YouTube topic because I think a lot of us out there really are wondering that question. Listen, if I get a 50-page financial planning document, how much of it's really important? What should I be looking at? Or do I really even need that to have a financial plan? Let's go over some of the key topics of what I think the software does do a good job, or some of them do, of providing to the client, and what I think you, the client, and the advisor should be able to take away from that. You really want to make sure when you're using the software, it is only as good as the information that's inputted into it, right? So if you're not inputting the proper information as far as maybe your account holdings or what positions you're in or your risk tolerance, things like that are not going to be very accurate on the output. As well as for those of us that use it to create income plans, right? I know from our firm, a lot of our clients are typically approaching retirement. So a lot of what we're doing is forecasting and trying to get income projections or cash flow statements for retirement. Again, if the information you're not inputting isn't correct, but also if the income needed isn't correct, right? So if a client says, hey, Logan, I need $10,000 a month to go throughout my retirement and to do so successfully with the way that I would like to envision retirement. The problem with that is if you need more than $10,000 a month, right, then the output from the financial plan is not going to be very accurate, right? So you want to make sure you have those components. The other thing is you really want to make sure what softwares you're using. Some of them do a very good job of giving you a very good idea of what things could look like. No financial planning software is 100% perfect, right? There's always unforeseen events and things like that. But you really want to make sure the software you are using, you understand what type of input it's putting in there. Again, making sure the positions are correct, all the input in there is correct, and understanding the value of what it shows you. In my opinion, when I'm talking with a client, one of the things I always tell people is what software is for, most of them, right, is to give you a very good understanding of what your potential outcome of your financial plan could look like 10, 20, maybe even 30 plus years in the future, and helping us make a little bit of better decisions now that might impact those decisions later, right? Whether that's saving more, taking less money, adjusting for inflation. Those are really, really good ways to use financial planning software to see if we're doing that correctly, and also how long that stuff would illustrate and how long it would last. The other big thing, I think a lot of people get a lot of value away from it, understanding risk tolerance, right? You should be able to do very good ideas of what type of investments you have, what their risk is, what their potential upside is, potential downside, right? You could really kind of nerd out, so to speak, and really get a great understanding for how you're invested, but also how your plan is going to look over this next period of time. Okay, so I'd say those are the big takeaways. I would say the big roundup and the wrap up here, I would say, is I do think having financial planning software doesn't make a better financial plan. It doesn't make your returns better or any of that type of situation. But what it could do is it could give you a much better understanding of what you're looking at in retirement, as well as allow you to make maybe some more educated and informed decisions now and throughout the plan to make sure that it's executed as efficiently as possible, right? I think think that's really what a lot of us advisors like to use it for. And I think as the client, that's what you should be able to integrate and talk through with your advisor, and making sure you're understanding the input. Again, my personal opinion is you don't want to make it look like this big, long dictionary that nobody's ever going to read. You want to make sure you're understanding the key takeaways and what does this software showing us that's valuable, and what can I take away from it to better my financial plan. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that topic. If you guys have any other questions about financial planning or about retirement, definitely let us know in the comments. I'd be happy to do a video on it. And those of you that haven't yet, go ahead and click subscribe. As always, we appreciate the support. And I'm Logan Sadler with the Financial Beat, and we'll be back here again next week with another video.